Questions for Antonio?
Well, first off, Antonio, how do you feel things went for you today?
It was good. I mean, this is another day in the office. Coming out here to compete and one step closer to the dream. So today was a pretty good day for me. I feel like a little sore, but other than that, good day.
Did you feel like you wanted or needed to improve a little bit after the combine?
Yeah, I mean, just an environment I'm comfortable with. Just come out here and compete, man. I didn't do my best at the combine. Kind of down on myself, kind of fluctuated for everything else. But other than that, man, just the whole experience being at the combine was fun. Just learning curve. Definitely learning curve. So.
What were you doing in between the combine and the pro day here to get ready for this?
Oh man, just like in between, just really thinking about what I have to do to better myself, and before each drill, man, just thinking about what I need to do and focus on those points of emphasis that my trainer had me going in, especially on the 40, just come out and explode. And I know my first one out here I ain't explode, and the second one I felt myself explode, and it was a lot better. So, yeah.
What are you hearing about possible draft prospects? Anything? I mean, what's the word?
Man, I don't know. I mean, it fluctuates at times, anywhere from 5th to 7th, so you never know.
Any teams that you're comfortable at least saying that have talked to you?
I mean, I had a couple talks. I mean, you got the Chiefs, you got the Rams, Patriots, Titans, but it's all open. It's up in there, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
What have you learned most, really, between the Senior Bowl and the NFL Combine? What have you learned most about your game and maybe some of the things that you know for sure that you've got to evolve with?
Man, just after this whole process, the one thing I learned, I can play in any conference. I can play with the best players.
Yeah.
The best players that's out there that's rated high. I can play with them and just, man, it's competition everywhere, no matter conference, coach, anything, man. It's like you can play ball, you can play ball. And so I learned I can play with anybody, and conferences don't mean nothing.
That was another thing. During that Senior Bowl, you were able to play with a lot of guys from those bigger conferences. What are some of the things that you sort of picked up from them, just sort of bouncing off each other, ideas and techniques and things like that?
I mean, really just taking what I learned here at Western, man, under both coaching staffs, under Coach Taggart and under Coach Braum, just taking everything I learned from them two guys, and that really helped me when I was at the Senior Bowl, because a lot of them guys, they was like, man, how you wind up at Western? I'm like, they done went to school, they showed me love, so, you know, It is what it is, and so all them guys know I can play, so.
You know, preparing up to this day, you know, what's a typical day like for you trying to train up until the day of the draft and such things like that? What's a typical day of training like for you? A weekly schedule? Just what's your week usually like for that?
I mean, the hardest thing, man, motivate yourself during the workouts, man, because sometimes you work by yourself or you're working out in groups. That's the biggest thing, motivating yourself. But at the end of the day, man, you get to wake up, then graduate, don't have to worry about school. All I got to do is just come out here, train, and work football.
Yeah.
Playing football since I was 4 years old, so my whole life just been dedicated to this moment. So, I mean, every day was fun, man, just waking up, going to train, play football. And then at the end of the day, it's like, man, I got the whole rest of the day to myself. What I'm going to do. So.
Just overall, coming back here, back on, you know, in Smith Stadium with a lot of these guys that you played with, just, you know, how would you evaluate today playing with all these guys, training and showing off to all these scouts?
Man, it's just a great feeling, man. It's been a while since we've been on the hill together, and just seeing everybody out here all competing for the same thing, playing on the next level, and just bringing us together one last time to compete with each other. And that was just great, man. Especially seeing all the young cats down here. They see what they're gonna have to go through, what it takes to get there, and so I'm excited, man. I love it. Love WKU, man. Love it.
What's the next process for you after this?
Next process, man, just really relax my body, get everything healthy again, and then just back to the grind, man. And then just get ready for all the private workouts and visiting teams and stuff like that, all the way up till May.